We're going to sparge, so it's at a higher temperature. We're gonna rinse all the grains so it could have so we could get all the fermentable sugars, and then put it in here, which is our boiling kettle. The boiling kettle. This is where we add our hops and any type of things that we want for the beer to taste like. And then after that, we cool it down. And we put the yeast in there, and those are the workers that make happiness, which is alcohol. So my name is Gustavo Delgado. I'm the co-owner slash brewer for Old Sheepdog. This journey kind of started in 2018. At the beginning of 2018, me and my wife decided that we were making decent beer and that we wanted to maybe start selling it. And then of course, all through 2018, what we were doing, we were looking at places. And then in October of 2018, we were able to get this place, and then we started the process of getting our licensing with the state, our federal license in the city, and that's kind of like how it all started. So it kind of like felt like a cool idea to do something in a manufacturing area. Plus, of course, you know, a lot of major cities, that's how they have their breweries. One of the big reasons why we picked this place was because my wife actually grew up in this area. She grew up playing basketball underneath the Spaghetti Bowl, which is right here on Lincoln Park. This is actually, in that park, I actually met her dad. So it's kind of like a lot of happy moments for her, a lot of good memories. So we kind of had to honor that. We ended up, you know, kind of like pushing for a year and 3 months. They finally let me open with a temporary license, not even a full license. And that was the happiest moment of our life, you know, because we had struggled so much, a lot of tears, and we ended up opening December 27th of 2019. Everything seemed to be really good. People were coming in, our beers were running out, and then March 13th of 2020, they called us that we needed to shut down because of the pandemic. And that kind of like hit us in a really bad way, because we were wondering, like, now what? You know, we've struggled so much, we've gone through all this so much. We finally opened, and then 3 months are closed. At that moment, we completely closed down. I didn't have any type of we didn't have any idea of what we were gonna do. A lot of the breweries, not only in town but across the nation, started doing Beer to Go. So there was a lot of low supply of cans at that moment, because everybody was wanting to buy cans. We ended up buying these twisty cans, expensive, but we had to. That's the only way that we could have survived. Started filling them out, and then eventually moved into steaming cans, growlers, which were 16 ounces. Everything was not as good as it was, but it kept us a little bit afloat. So we sold our house and our cars to be able. Remember that big truck that I had? Yes, I sold that, and I sold my house to be able to continue paying rent. So, yeah. It was a little hard moments, but we're here.
You're gonna read the notes again?
Yeah. always the same El Paso breweries. Yeah. Sometimes I wish like I would have been like, you know, Lincoln Park Brewery or, you know, South Central Brewery. But, you know, it kind of like, we registered the business before we got the place. So that's kind of, it is because I own 3 sheepdogs. So that's kind of like the reason why. So I would tell people, come over to Sheepdog instead of come over to my house. Yeah, it's actually like, come over to Old English Sheepdog. But we dropped the English when we registered the business. That's the thing.
Eventually it started to morph now into the system that he has now, and I think from that transition on, it went very fast, but in a good way.
So as it started going, things started progressing, and we started building more people coming up here. You know, we all started like really getting to know each other, and it just kind of, the vibe kind of just flowed really well to the point where we had this really good idea of just all of us working together in unison in order to you know, to pretty much like amplify the arts district and everything that's around here, you know. So anybody that's creative that wants to come and, you know, make whatever they want, we're trying to encourage them to come and rent a space out here. So this way we can all work together, cross-promo each other, and eventually just make this like a nice place where you can come and visit from out of town, or whether you live here already. You know, just a place where you can come and experience something that's not normally offered in El Paso.
Long story short, I was basically tired of moving around from shop to shop. Like, I have a specific idea of what I want to do, and this was like the perfect spot. Like, there's a brewery downstairs that attracts people on its own. There's a cool dude over there who like he actually like pretty creative himself, so like seeing him do random stuff actually pushes me to do more like crazy designs, different haircuts, different hair colors. Across the street as well, like it's just a different vibe for me in the shop. Like, everyone here is just creative in their own way, and it's not a competition, it's a community. It's just different, and it's something that I want to give my clients, because this is a different taste of El Paso.
People coming to their spot and like, oh, there's an art gallery right there. Or some people finding out about the art gallery and like, oh, there's a brewery there. So we definitely have like a symbiotic relationship as far as that goes. And then the fact that he incorporates some of the artists that we feature into the brewery, and the way he's incorporating art into the brewery, it just morphs into this whole artistic endeavor on his part. And it just kind of, it's nice because it actually makes the whole space flow even more.
I'm a freelancer. I'm a graphic designer, photographer, metal sculpture, and muralist, and a painter. So we kind of had like conversations, and luckily he offered me a wall, and well, I kind of asked for it, but at the same time didn't want to ask for it. But he gave me this wall, and I decided to do a mural for the anniversary, which was December 2020. And this is the idea I came with, which I like to call the beer goddess.
I remember like telling Gus, he had asked me, oh, so what's next? Like, what's next after the show? And I had mentioned, man, well, I really want to do a mural. And it's like, well, there's walls, like, come and pick a wall. So Gus was nice enough to let me do my first ever mural. And kind of what inspired it is like, I wanted to do my own little piece to pay homage to El Paso, just because, I don't know, this place has meant so much and like has really shown me what the El Paso community can be like. So I wanted to do a piece that was representative of that. And this is what came of it. So yeah, it's been a really cool experience, and I wouldn't change it for the world.
So I had an event here, what was it, in September maybe? And it had like artists, music, vendors. We had a couple of people live painting and stuff. I think that's how it came up. And then I talked to Gus, the owner of here, and I was like, hey, like I do murals too, or I like paint too. So that's how that came up.